baggie, and when that sandwich baggie is gone, I've had my snack for the day. Vow to yourself and me that you will think about what you eat before you eat it. Hello YouTube, I'm so excited to be with you guys today. Welcome back to another Fitness Friday. Ignore my hat, it's so cute. I just need to get my hair done, so I didn't feel like showing it on camera. But we are gonna do a talk. We are not working out today. I just started with my new trainer yesterday and I am really sore in the legs and I don't feel like working out today. Sometimes that happens. So we're going to talk though because we have something to celebrate. I have reached over 40 pounds, about 42.3 or something like that pounds lost since September 2018. So that's about, 9 months, and I couldn't be happier. This is the first big weight loss that I've ever had. I've always been a thicker girl, as you guys know, so I didn't really know how this process was going to go. And although I was seeing results along the way, when I began to hear compliments from people who didn't even know I was on a weight loss journey, and just like the lady at the nail salon hadn't seen me in a while, and she's like, "Oh, you're losing weight." Like, I've been getting a lot of compliments on it from people who just happen to have seen me and haven't seen me in a while, and you know, they're noticing, and I'm always like, you can see me? I don't know. It's so funny to me that like people could notice, because like I've been getting compliments this whole time, but usually they're from people who know I'm working out, and I feel like, okay, they know I'm working out, so they, you know, think that's what they're supposed to say, or they can see a little bit of something. But for people who didn't even know I was on a weight loss journey and say, "Have you been working out? You losing weight." I could tell, you know, it's just really encouraging. And while I'm doing this for myself, it's still nice to hear. And so it's really exciting to finally reach a milestone. 40 pounds feels like a lot, and I'm not done. I still want to lose at least 20 pounds and tone things up and gain muscle mass. But I feel like I've kind of come a little ways in my journey, and it's really nice to know that I could do it. It's possible. So I am celebrating by giving you guys a tell-all, if you will. A lot of people have been asking me, how have you done it? How have you lost the weight? So it is a combination of things. You guys know that I'm on the keto diet, and I've been following that for about 6 months. I didn't start that right away. I kind of eased into it. But I also was working out with a personal trainer, and I had stopped doing that for a while, and I was just kind of doing home workouts, but I wasn't really pushing myself to do it as much as I was when I had a personal trainer. So I just recently, like I told you guys, I started with a new personal trainer, and I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to tone up some of the areas that I lost weight in, because I noticed that even though I lost the weight, it's kind of just like saggy. You know what I mean? It's not saggy, but you know when you're like thicker and you have rolls and they're like nice and plump, they're like flat, but they're still there, you know? So I want to tone up some of those areas, and I just kind of want to gain some muscle mass. I've been working with a boxing trainer, so I'm going to be really getting those arm workouts, getting some gains in there. And so I'm doing that. But another thing that I haven't talked to you guys about is intermittent fasting, and that's what I've been doing combined with the keto diet. And a lot of people do that. And intermittent fasting means you just change your eating periods. So most people just eat throughout the day. They eat when they wake up, as soon as they wake up, and then they eat a snack on the way to work, and then they eat lunch, and then they eat another snack, and then they eat dinner when they get home, and then they have a snack after the movie, and then they have a snack before bed, and maybe they stayed up till 3 a.m., they eat, then they're hungry again, and then they sleep for about 5 hours and they don't eat, and then they start all over. So we don't really take caution to like how much we're eating and how much time we're giving our body to digest it. And so intermittent fasting just makes you remind yourself to cut off those time periods. And it just basically lengthens the time that your body is in a fasted state and shortens the time that you're eating. And so there's different fasting plans you can do. A lot of people just do the 16-18 where they eat for 8 hours and they fast for 16 hours of the day. And that's totally fine. But I use a app called Body Fast, and I'll leave the link to that down below. It's really helped me to keep on track with my intermittent fasting. It actually reminds me when to eat and reminds me to stop eating, and it'll usually tell me about an hour before when I need to stop eating so that I can probably get my last meal in case I haven't. I do a fasting plan. It's like a staggered fasting plan. So I start out at the beginning of the week fasting until 3:30 in the afternoon, and I stop eating at 8:30 that night. And then the next day I'll fast until 2:30 and stop eating at 8:30 that night, and so on all the way until 10:30. I fast, and then I stop eating at 8:30, and I start over after that. So I picked that plan, but I have tried some of the other plans on there. They have like different plans, and each one has different benefits, and some have quicker weight loss, but they're a little bit more challenging because they have days where you don't eat for 24 hours, and then you can have a longer period in between the week and so on. So you can just kind of try different plans and see which one works for you. But intermittent fasting has a lot of different benefits, and I'll probably do a whole video on this. If you guys want, leave some comments down below and I can make a video on that. But to sum it up, it has growth hormone benefits. It's been studied to prove cancer, it's been studied to help with cancer. It's helped with weight loss. It helps with brain function. It helps with energy. It's been known to reverse type 2 diabetes. It hasn't been proven in all areas, but a lot of people say it's helped them to reverse type 2 diabetes. So the ketogenic diet, it teaches your body to burn off of fat for fuel. And fat is so much less dense than carbohydrates, so it burns quicker. And then your body is able to really rejuvenate every time it burns off those fats. And when it uses it for energy, it burns off the fat that you're eating, but it also burns off the fat that's within your stomach and within the rest of your body. So that's why the ketogenic diet really burns fats. So like I said, I'll do a video on that if you're new to this channel and you really don't know much about keto diet. I could do another video on that, and we can talk about more of the benefits of it and what a day of eating would look like. But to go over a day of eating for me, combining the ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting. If I'm fasting, like I said, it varies from day to day. So usually I'm at work and I will go about my day, and you really just want to have water. And throughout the day, I make sure I get lots and lots and lots of water so I don't get dehydrated, and that kind of keeps my stomach feeling kind of full. So I'll have my water, and then when it's time for me to break my fast, I usually will have some coffee, and I'll put my sweetener in. I use stevia. I also have some flavored coffee syrups that are no carbs, and I'll leave those down below. You can check out some of my other videos. I'll link them, and I'll also maybe put them up here. And you can check out some of my other videos where I review some keto snacks, some keto coffee syrups, some keto ice cream, and things like that that I have been using to kind of sustain me while I'm doing this diet. And I might have like a pack of almonds or something, and that usually kind of sustains me. That's my breakfast. And then I will have lunch, and I have, most of the time I have a low carb wrap. I usually will make a wrap. I have like these low carb wraps, and they are about 6 net carbs. I'll have like some turkey. Sometimes I just fold it in half and heat it up with some cheese and have like a quesadilla. I do work the salad station at work, so I might have a salad with it or whatever. And then for dinner, I usually will have like a protein and maybe like 2 different kinds of vegetables. So I might have like some baked chicken and some Brussels sprouts and green beans, or some asparagus and broccoli, or, you know, something like that. There are like some like cauliflower rice and things like that. I make fun recipes. Sometimes I get into baking. With the keto diet, you can have things like bread, but not regular bread. You kind of have to bake. So like I have almond flour, coconut flour, things like that to make our own. And there are some brands that I will be reviewing of bread and bagels and stuff that are already made for low carb diets. So I'll be reviewing those soon. But so that's pretty much what a day of eating looks like. I might have a snack in between, and like I said, I reviewed some snacks for you guys to see. So I basically completely changed how I ate. I stopped mindlessly snacking and mindlessly pinching. I work in a kitchen, and it's really hard. I still kind of do it today, and I even will like spit it back out if I remember. But you know, working in the kitchen, and even if you're home and you're cooking and you kind of just pinch stuff off and eat it, or you'll take a bite of something and put it back. But those little pinches, they add up throughout the day. And so you might say, I only sat down to eat, you know, X amount of meals, but throughout the day you've pinched off something, you've taken a bite of something, you ate a handful of popcorn, you ate, you know what I mean? And so I try not to do that, and I try to have, which is why it helps to track your food, because you know exactly what you're eating and how much you're eating, so you can make adequate adjustments. So I try to eat, you know, plan out my snacks. I like certain things, if they're not along my diet, the serving size, I'll cut the serving size in half so it goes along with my serving size for my diet. And that way I'm not really depriving myself of everything that I like to eat. So for instance, and I'll insert a clip here, I like the Wise white cheddar popcorn, and they have the air popped whole grain version. And so the serving size for that is about 2 cups, I believe. And at 2 cups, it's like about 10 carbs. But if I have 1 cup, then I have 5 carbs, which goes in line with my keto diet. So I take, and so to make sure that I'm not just eating, see, when you eat out of a bag, you're not able to gauge how much you're eating. And then you get carried away, and then you eat in the whole bag. And then you've gone way over the serving size. And people will look at the back of something and see the nutritional facts, and they'll say, oh, it's 10 carbs, I can eat this. Yeah, it's 10 carbs for the serving size, which is 2 cups. But if you eat the whole bag and there's, say, 5 servings in a bag, you've eaten 50 carbs. So people don't really realize that when they eat stuff. So to cut that down, I will cut it in half. And so that I don't even allow myself to get carried away, I will pre-portion my snacks. I'll take it and measure it, and measure out a cup or a half a cup or whatever is the adequate serving size. And I'll take it out and I'll measure it, and I'll put it in sandwich baggies, so that when I want a snack, I will grab 1 sandwich baggie, and when that sandwich baggie is gone, I've had my snack for the day. And so I kind of plan my snacks. Like if I'm going to work and say like I might want a Quest cookie and a cheese stick, I'll put that in my purse, and that's my snack for the day. And I'll, gauge them out. I know that I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I know I'll take my low carb wrap to work with me, so I know I'm going to have some kind of wrap and my 2 snacks. And then when I get home, I might meal prep, or I might have something getting ready to be prepared. So that's an easy way to kind of gauge, just plan your meals for the day, even if you don't actually meal prep, but have an idea in your head of what you're going to eat. So that way you don't just get hungry and eat the first thing that you can find and grab 10 things, and now you've overeaten. Try not to just grab things and eat them. Try to, kind of plan out what you're going to eat. Or if you do grab something that won't hurt you in the long run. If you want to grab some celery or grab some carrots or whatever, pick something like that. So have snacks that are like kind of pre-portioned for you, so you know you're not gonna overeat in that way. I have water throughout that whole day. So basically what I've been doing is keto dieting, intermittent fasting. I completely cut out sugary drinks, no pop, anything like that. I drink water. There are diet pops and stuff, but I don't really like to drink those. If I really feel like I want some fizz, I'll drink one of these, like sparkling ice flavored sparkling waters. So I increased my water intake significantly. I decreased my sugar intake significantly and decreased my carb intake significantly. And I do intermittent fasting. I was working out with a personal trainer, but I stopped. And the thing about losing weight is that diet is the most important thing. So I continued my diet throughout these entire 9 months, and that's what has sustained my weight loss. And working out is important. You should get out and you should get moving. So even though I wasn't going to a personal trainer, I would go for a walk, as I show you guys. I would walk around my city. I would go to the park and try to work out, as I showed you guys. To work out at home, as I showed you guys. There's workout apps that I looked at and followed. I showed you guys. There's videos on YouTube I followed. I've shown you guys videos on Instagram. So, you know, the best thing is to do is keep moving and to make sure you're drinking your water. So to help me with the keto diet, I use an app called the Total Keto app, and it helps you to track your macros. So I log everything that I eat in the app, and it tells me how many carbohydrates, how many fats, how many calories, and how much protein. And if I'm not sure, I can take it from the box and plug it into the app if it can't find it, or I will take and it has a QR scanner and scan the barcode of what I'm eating, and it'll pull up the nutrition facts on it. And if you make something and you get a recipe from online, you can, usually the recipe will give you the nutritional facts, and you can plug those in the app. The app also has recipes that you can get ideas from if you're not sure what to eat or cook. It has desserts, it has food, it has breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's really cool. So I'll leave the link to both the Body Fast app and the Total Keto Diet app in the description box below, so you guys can check those out. But those two apps have helped me combine my intermittent fasting and keto diet to achieve weight loss. I do a 25 carb intake per day. Maybe you can do 50. The average person eats about 250 carbs a day. So maybe you can go down to 50 or try going down to 100. You know, maybe eating a small bowl of brown rice per day and like a regular tortilla wrap. You know, instead of eating pasta, eating cereal, eating a sandwich, eating crackers and everything all in one day. And that's where we all kind of go wrong. But just try some healthier options. I didn't do the keto diet straight away. I just kind of lowered my carb intake. So switching to brown rice, not really eating a lot of bread, but eating lettuce wraps. You could do lettuce wraps. You could do, cauliflower pizza and stuff like that. If you don't want to do the keto diet full on, and it is a lot to do at first, like I said, you can just kind of lower your carb intake. Make sure you're not eating too much pasta. You know, maybe not eat pasta and not eat breads on a daily basis, but make it kind of like a treat for yourself. Even if you don't try the keto diet, it's nice to just think about what you're going to eat. You know, I completely changed my diet, and now I don't eat without thinking about it, and it's not hard. It's not a sad way to live, to think about what you're putting in your body. You know, your body's a temple. You want to take care of it, and you want to give it the best respect and appreciation you can. And the best way to do that is to really think about what you put into it. So you know, even if you don't get into the keto diet, even if you don't do intermittent fasting, even if you don't completely eat clean 100% of the time, just at least bow to yourself and me that you will think about what you eat before you eat it. You know, think about, is this going to make me, you know, feel bloated? Is this going to make me feel too full? You know, just think about where you're going to eat before you eat it, and think, you know, what might be a better choice? Is this the best choice? Should I have this much of it? You know, think about what's really going to make an adequate proportion that's going to satisfy you but not make you feel over full. A lot of people, when they get hungry, they say, I could eat a horse, and they get a lot of things and pile it on their plate because they're so hungry. But we should be eating to sustain ourselves. Our body is a living organism. Working organism. So we should be eating to sustain ourselves and not to satisfy what our eyes see. So while we should enjoy our food, and food is fun, and you know, it's enjoyable and pleasurable, you can make it all of those things while making better choices in the process, swapping things out. Oh, another thing, another tip: eat things that have few ingredients. When you start looking at packages, if you're not going to get into the keto diet, start looking at the packages of things, and look at the nutritional facts. If it has a lot of ingredients, eat less things like that and eat more things that have one ingredient. Or get like fresh fruits and vegetables. Get more fresh fruits and vegetables, more meats, cheeses, and you know, things that have one ingredient, not a lot of byproducts and processed foods. Start eating more clean things that have one or two ingredients. That will help you right there. So that's what I did. And if you guys have any more questions, then you can leave them below, or you can contact me on one of my social medias. You can ask me anything you would like. And if you would like to see a video on the keto diet in a whole and way more information, then give me a thumbs up. If you would like to see a video on intermittent fasting in its entirety, about, you know, how it works and the benefits of it, then give me a thumbs up. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to congratulate me on my weight loss, give me a thumbs up. So share this video. It might help somebody. Leave me comments, leave me feedback, and thank you for watching. And I hope you guys work hard to achieve your goals, because it is possible. I'm here to tell you, everybody's body is different, but they all are working organisms, and it's all about science. One thing that I have learned throughout this weight loss journey is it is a science, and you just have to find the formula that works for your body. So stay fit, stay healthy, and eat clean.